cry no more.
Day 49. Holy shit. Is it day 49? Tomorrow's day 50, right? Hold on. I gotta check this. Hold on. Oh my God. It is day 49. Because Atlanta is tomorrow. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is amazing. It was just a few things I really wanted to talk about today before I get into today's message, because this message has been in my head since yesterday and I didn't write it down and I didn't say it and I didn't talk about it. So now I'm going to talk about it. But before that, I am preparing to leave for Atlanta tomorrow, and I have been working up a lot of nerves. I have been anxious, nervous, because this is what I prayed for. This is what I manifested. And remember, a few months before this, I had just went on a family vacation. I was praying. I said, God, send me more of this. Like, I'm going to be traveling. Like, I'm going to be traveling, doing speaking engagements. Like, I'm not speaking yet, but I'm still networking in other states. I'm going to Georgia. So, with that being said, I'm cleaning my house, and I was watching this lady on TikTok, and every time she orders groceries, I guess, per se, she ends up cleaning out her refrigerator. So I thought, since I'm not going to be here, and I already cleaned out my refrigerator, like I didn't order no groceries because something just told me not to order groceries because I'm not going to be here. Neither is Jordan going to be here, so you know food spoils, fruit spoils, whatever. So my refrigerator looks empty. So I think this is the perfect time to create a new habit. So I clean up my refrigerator. I want to instill that in me. Like every time, like I'm about to order groceries or it comes in the house, like I clean the refrigerator. Like I kind of do it anyway, but I don't do it every single time. Like I just do it when I think the refrigerator gets dirty. But it's like also, it's like you don't really know what you have unless you clear everything out, unless you look at all the expiration dates. You know, yes, I'm just cleaning, but I'm just putting stuff back. I'm not really looking at it. So I'm cleaning the house, and as I'm preparing, it's like it takes a lot out of me because I have to get the dog ready, I have to get myself ready, I have to get my son ready, I have to make sure the house is clean, I have to do all this before I prepare to leave for a trip. And it's just like, this is a lot. This is a lot. And then I gotta drop the dog off, then I have to drop my son off, then my parents is taking me to the airport tomorrow night. So, and I'll be off to Atlanta. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I'm nervous. You know, being out there by myself. I haven't seen my friend in over a year, so we finally connected. So we'll just see. We'll see. I'm open to everything. Is that a stain on my shirt? Yes, it is. I'm open to everything. I'm open to new experiences, and whatever God has for me, He has for me. So let's get into the thing that has been on my mind for the past day or so. It's just been, you know, repeating in my head. And this quote I kept getting was, if you don't love me, let me get this correct. If you don't love me as I am today, can you say you even loved me to begin with? And what I mean by that is, do you accept me, all my flaws, exactly how I am, no ifs, ands, buts about it? Do you still love me? And I've been seeing a lot of people in relationships and be like, I love him, she loves me, and they can be coming to me like, Court, what do you, listen, I'm not in a relationship, honey, but I can tell you one or two things about relationships just by how I view relationships and the things and the dynamics that I see going on in relationships. And most of the time, I'm just noticing there's just a lack of communication, and y'all just don't match. Y'all don't understand each other's wants and needs, and we expect that person to change. And it's just like, woo, my heart is like feeling it. And it's just like, for me, I love you. If I love you for exactly who you are. There's nothing about you that I want to change. And that's true. That is honest to God true. And here's why. If God placed it on your heart, if God wanted you to be If God wanted you to be a particular thing, have those particular sets of characteristics, be that particular man or woman, he will present you that way. If God wants you to change, God will present you that way. Now, may he use me as a vessel to be like, hey, have you thought about this? Do you want to elevate X, Y, and Z? Have that open communication. What is your thoughts? What is your thoughts about your own life? How do you want to elevate? Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? We don't have that conversation with our partners. And if we do, if it's not in alignment with us, it's like, that's okay. It's like, I don't really see myself being a housewife in 5 or 10 years. Like, I want to be out on the road. I want to be traveling. And the person's like, no, I want to settle down. I want to be here. I don't want to move. Are we going to be compatible? Maybe, maybe not. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe she stay home and you continue to travel, or vice versa. It can work out, but you have to have that communication aspect. And a lot of us don't know how to communicate with our partners. We want the partners to change how we want them to change. And if you want them to change on the behalf of you, do you ever really love them? Do you ever really love me? It is rare to find somebody in your life that shall grow as individual people but still love each other. We don't get that nowadays. It's like, if they change too much, I don't like them, they this, they that, X, Y, Z, and that's okay. People are meant to grow. People are meant to expand. A relationship doesn't necessarily mean it's going to last forever, but right now, this is my partner. And if I try to work this out with this partner, then that's fine. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. We got to figure out who is compatible with us and who pushes us to be the people that we choose to be, not who they choose us to be. Because if you want me to change on the behalf of you, do you ever really love me? Because you're not preparing me for the best version of myself. You're preparing me for you. I don't want to be just prepared for you. That's selfish. I want her to be this way because that's what I like. Regardless of how she feels, regardless of what she's comfortable with, it's how I see myself in a relationship. In my relationships, I can't be put in a box. You can't put my love in a box, because my love is overflowing. My love is that of similar to God's, and I pride myself on that. I don't like to use the word pride, but that's how I live. If God wanted you to change, he will set that in your mind, your heart, and your spirit for you to change, for you to be that person. I can't force that upon you. It's not one person in my life now that I will be like, I want you to change. I love you for exactly who you are. Am I ever disappointed in things that people do? Yes, but that has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with you. I can't take it personally, because it's their life at the end of the day. I'm just in it. It's my life at the end of the day. They're just in it. If you don't love me for who I am today, can you say you ever really loved me? Somebody be like, well, what would you change about me? I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, why would I change you? If I'm trying to change you, I don't really love you. If I'm my hand is itching. If I'm constantly pointing out a flaw, or pointing out what you did wrong, or pointing out what I dislike about you, pointing out the problems, how is that helping you? How is that benefiting us? It just goes to show that I don't really love you. I'm not helping you. I'm trying to help you. If I love you, I'm going to help you. Even if that means like we're not working out, even if that means me taking a step back or me directing you somewhere else, I'm going to do it for the betterment of you. I said this yesterday. Thank you, Spirit. I said this yesterday. I said, the better version of him is the better version of me. And I mean that when in regards to my spouse or my husband. Especially if God has called us to be into union, the better version of him is going to be the better version of me. Because what's going to happen is we're going to feed off of each other. We're going to motivate each other. We're going to be like, oh, okay, I didn't think about that. I want to be like that. I am now inspired. It's not me putting it in your brain, hey, you need to change. Somebody asked me, what would it take for us to get married? Nothing. Nothing. You want to marry me? I would right now. You get what I'm saying? Because it's nothing about you that I would change. If you change and you become better, good for you. I'm proud of you. I love you. I love that for you. But if you was to remain the exact same person for the rest of your life, I would still love you. I would still love you. I have friends that I still love, even though I'm not necessarily a part of their lives, I still love them dearly because of who they are. Because they are their true, authentic selves. Do we match? No. Are we compatible? No. But that's okay. That's okay. That doesn't stop my love for you. And it's just, it's heartbreaking because in this generation, we stay with people that we expect to change. And we only end up disappointed, and then we end up being years into a relationship that we should have left a long time ago. God will show you who's meant to be in your life. 11:11. Thank you, Spirit. And you're going to know when somebody loves you truly and authentically. One of my homegirls was just like, I expect this and I expect that, but he's not giving it to me, and he's like, I want this, and it's just like, I'm trying, but it doesn't feel comfortable to me. She's like, but this is what I want because my last relationships was a fail, and I just keep thinking like this is it. Listen, what is it that you want? God's going to keep presenting you the same lessons over and over again until you stand firm on what you want, until you are like, yes, I want this kind of marriage. I want this kind of relationship. He's going to keep it, decoys are going to keep coming. Keep falling for the okie doke. I said that in like, what, 2 messages back? God's going to send you that decoy just to see if you learned your lesson. He's going to allow the devil to send you that decoy because it's not going to be from God. It's going to be, the alternative route. Just to see if you learned that lesson. And I learned that the reason why I am so, I'm not going to say at peace, because some days I'm crying. Not crying, but some days I'm just like, God, send me somebody. But then I have to realize, be careful for what you ask for, because if you just ask for a relationship, he's just going to send you, a relationship's going to come, but it's going to be the right type of relationship. Is it going to be one that is truly the desires of your heart? You get what I'm saying? And if not, then you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be like, God, why would you allow me to get in this relationship? You just said you wanted a relationship. But you're not patient enough to get what you actually deserve and actually work on yourself. When people get out of relationships, they don't spend time with themselves. Honey, I've been single for a while. And even in this season, I'm still learning more about myself. I'm still learning things about myself and what I want in a partner and what I want in a marriage. I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago. I'm still amazed, and now I just feel like I'm walking into my purpose, so I know the person that I attract is going to be in likeness of me. I don't expect people to change. I don't want people to change. Like, I expect people to grow in their season, or grow to what feels natural to them, but I don't want you to change, because if I love you today, I'm going to love you tomorrow. I strive to be in likeness of my Father and how He loves. And if He sent me to love you unconditionally, that's what I'm going to do. Regardless of what it may seem like, regardless of how things work out, I'm still going to choose to love you. Now, do people always love me in return? No. Sometimes that pisses them off. Like, why are you so motherfucking nice, Courtney? It's just like, I'm not being overly submissive. I'm just showing you the same act that I know that my Father has showed me. And that's unconditional love. And I want more people to be like that. But if somebody tells me that they want me to change, they don't really love me. You should be better in this area, or you should be more spiritual, or you need to be more domestic, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Now, if I see it for myself, then understandable, but not you forcing upon me to be this one specific way just to fit into your life. I'm not being put in no box to be put in your life. God didn't make me that way. He said Courtney is not meant to be in a box. You're not meant to be in a box. Now, is it true that we become one with our spouses? Absolutely. I told you, God told me, Courtney, you're not no girlfriend. And I solely believe that. I'm not no girlfriend. I am meant to be in somebody's life permanently. And that's what I strive to be. I'm not with the makeup and breakups. Because if you don't love me as I am today, did you ever really love me? If you want to keep talking about change and keep talking about how I need to go to therapy, or you did this to me in the past, or I can't move on because you hurt me, you don't really love me, because I'm not the same person. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta communicate with your partners and realize that we are not compatible. We are compatible with trauma. We're compatible in lust, but we're not compatible in love, because my love is unconditional, and you love me based on conditions and what I can do and what I can provide. And my love provides way more than this materialistic world has to offer. And if I told you, like the other day, like I finally experienced my love when it was finally reciprocated to me, and I got so scared that I backed off. Oh my gosh, I now understood it. I now understood it, and I now understand like how when somebody loves you unconditionally, that power, that love is so strong. It's just like, yo, I want to run, because that is real. That's what I strive everybody to feel. So when you come across me, that's what I want you to feel. That's what I want y'all to experience when it comes to these relationships, to come to these marriages. Y'all are one. Y'all move in unison. Because if y'all not in unison, it's going to choke at the neck. Isn't that what the Bible says? I can't think of the scripture right now, but it's like they're bound at the neck, and if one moves out of alignment, then it's going to choke the other one. You have to be in unison with your partners. I don't know why God is telling me to say this, because I'm not even in a relationship. Ain't no man in sight. But I'm telling you, love your partners unconditionally. It's hard to do, but I'm telling you, once you learn how to do that, but you first have to love yourself. You have to love yourself unconditionally, and even choosing to win the back off from your partner and give them back to God. Love yourself unconditionally so you can receive love unconditionally. So then when you become into unison with your partner, it is not based upon conditions. Y'all will be able to beat things time and time again. Ain't nothing gonna come tear you all apart. Nothing. By the grace of God, because God calls y'all into union. Some of y'all can't even withstand a raindrop. Y'all get in a damn argument and be ready to break up, kick each other out. One thing I cannot stand before I get off this video, especially black women in America, knowing that our black men have been incarcerated, knowing that our black men are have the worst luck when it comes to breaking the ground for themselves. And soon as something goes disarray, we blame our men, and we be like, well, I'm gonna take this from you. They have been stripped of everything their entire lives, and here we are tearing them down again because they cannot give us the love that we want or the love that we desire. And at that very moment, you pray for your man, and you don't be like, oh, it's mine. If it's really your husband, if it's really your spouse, if it's really your significant other, it's never a mine. It's always an ours. I don't care if you had 0 in your bank account. I don't care if he had negative 20 in his bank account. What is y'all's is y'all's. It's like it's your marriage. It's y'all's relationship. Treat it as such and take it back to God. Love each other unconditionally. If you can't love them today, do you ever really love them? And I mean love them without no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I ask women, I be like, do you love your man? Yeah, but what's the but? What is the but? Oh, well, you know, he can do this, he can do that. I want him to be this way. Do you really love him? Because if you loved him, you would know that that is a part of his journey that he needs to grow on possibly. And you sit there and you pray for him, and you sit there and you communicate to him. Understand your significant other. Understand where they came from, where they want to go, and who they are today. There should be no buts when it comes to love. It's either you love me or you don't. I'm out. Whew, I'm out. I don't be calling me now for no relationship advice, honey. Not until I get in a relationship myself, but I'm telling you, that will save so many of us. That will save so many of us. Let me go get ready for tomorrow. The countdown begins. Y'all, I'm out.